They're not ready for us yet.
We got another question.
Hi, Steve. It's Jeff Kahn in the front.
Hi, Jeff.
You talked a lot about employee identification and training and recruitment, management development. How do you develop somebody for that ultimate position? How do you identify and groom your eventual successor, if that's possible to be? Is there another potential Steve Wynn down the road?
Oh, sure. You know, everybody is a unique combination of skills and characteristics. You don't need to find me. I'm not sure you want to. Question is, you know, a square peg for a square hole. There's a young man running Wynn Las Vegas, Andrew Pascal, who's an elegant, gifted guy. He's responsible for the 5-star. There's an Irishman in Macau, Ian Coughlin. He grew up in Cork, learned about food and beverage in France, but thought he could get ahead and went to Asia and went to work for Ritz-Carlton and people like that. And when he was 30-odd years old, he became the resident manager of the Peninsula in Hong Kong, arguably the fanciest hotel in Asia. And then he did such a good job, they made him the general manager of the Peninsula Bangkok when it was in trouble, when it was built new. And then they brought him back as the GM of the Peninsula when he was 42 years old. Now, being the general manager of the Peninsula in Hong Kong is sort of like the top of the food chain if you're a standard hotel GM. But he was bored because he didn't want that to be the end of his career. And I recruited him a year and a half ago, and he's president of the hotel in Macau. And Ian Coughlin is 47 years old, and he's afraid of nothing. He's articulate. He can go in the kitchen. He can go in the loading dock. He can walk behind the front desk. He identifies with employees. He's articulate. He's a great speaker. And he's got courage. He and Andy Pascal are different men, one from the other. Both, Andy's 41, Ian's 47. Both men are terrific. I don't know if they're designers. I'm sort of the drawer of the hotels. But when it comes to operating the business and having their feet on the ground and using common sense, these guys are top-flight people. One of them happens to be my nephew, Andrew. He's Elaine's brother's son. He worked for me when he was a kid. He went to Colorado in Boulder and roomed with my daughter, and then he left me and went to work and ran a company in Silicon Valley and came back to me. Ian, I poached from Peninsula, from Michael Kaduri. So you find people, you find these eagles, they don't flock, you catch them one at a time. You find these eagles, you entice them into the company, and then you see how do they thrive in this environment. And then you say to yourself in happy moments, this guy could do my job on one foot. And there are a number of them in my company that could do my job. Now, I'm also the designer guy. You know, I'm the dreamer about how to make people go wow and all that. But there's all kinds of great architects and designers that can do that. And I'm not done yet. You know, I got another 10 or 15 years in me of dreaming up these places. I can use up all my land that we own now. I can do that. But I'm in really good company in my company. And as I say, I don't have a formula for how to do it. You sort of stumble on them. Bobby Baldwin, who's running Kirk's business for him at MGM, I found Bobby, he was world champion poker player. We were playing poker together downtown at Horseshoe. And when Bobby was 28 years old, I talked him into quitting and coming on the inside. And he's 60 years old now, you know, and a hell of a guy. So you stumble upon the really great ones. And then if you're smart enough, I'm always on the make looking for them. Women and men, you know, trying to find, because the women in the company are fabulous these days. They're strong and smart and fearless. You know, so I remember in 1978, I had the first woman president of the Golden Nugget, Adele Castle. And someone said, the guys on the strip said, you let a girl run the place? I said, she's the best man for the job. She's just better than everybody. She retired when she was 60 years old with all the money she made on stock options and lives in Massachusetts in Gloucester. But I had a lady running the whole store in 1978. So
tell them about the lady that runs the casino business in China, Linda.
Linda Chen went to